So this data, it is it is in scattered form, or I can say number of resources are there from which we can take this data. It is very huge in quantity and volume, I'll say. Okay, so this big data is coming up, or it is mainly focused when we are working on online platforms. So whenever you are coming across n number of platforms, n number of portals, websites for your own personal work, that time you will come to know that the repository or the metadata behind that website or portal is actually big data, because they are having huge repository, and from that repository they are going to provide the data or the page which we are requesting as a user. Okay, so whenever you are going to put any particular keyword in Google search engine or Opera or any particular search engine, based on those keywords from the big data, the server or that particular system is going to extract the information, important information, and that information will be given to us, which will be visible on our web browser. That is the complete procedure which is known to us, right? So now big data is very, very important in case of online trading, online business, or you can say e-business or e-commerce platforms, which we are going to study in further slides, which are the different types of e-commerce platforms. So the way you people are very much aware about Amazon, Flipkart, YouTube, different online shopping websites and product-based websites, all these websites are playing very important role whenever we are talking about e-commerce platforms and big data behind those e-commerce platforms, right? So based on this particular concept of big data, it is participating in the current computing revolution in a very huge way. Industries and many organizations are utilizing their insights for business intelligence. This is very important. From here itself, business intelligence, different AI methods, ML methods, algorithms comes into picture. Okay. Now, when we talk about BD is big short form of big data. I have written here. It is very complex. Why I'm saying it is complex? Because it is having number of characteristics or features which are non-stationary in their nature. Now, obviously, non-stationary means which is not static, it is dynamic in nature. Now, why I'm saying dynamic in nature? Because just now I have said that big data, you are going to get this big data on any particular e-platform. Okay, it is e-commerce platform or internet, world wide web, everywhere you will search, you will get big data. So when that is something online data, obviously that online data is going to change now and then. It is dynamic in nature, it is not static in nature. So anytime you will change the data, anytime you will require the data, anytime n number of users, millions and billions of users are going to sit on that search engine, and they are going to do millions of transactions. Even in 1 microsecond, millions of transactions do take place. Okay, so in such kind of dynamic environment, what are the different characteristics or features of big data? So I want to take your focus on this particular part, that is 6 V's. Earlier, when big data evolved, that time all of us we are knowing about 4 V's. Okay, only 4 V's were there. But now there are total 6 V's. On this 6 V's of big data, many research opportunities are available. Okay, so what are these 6 V's? Volume, velocity, variety, veracity, validity, and variability. So just to explain each and every feature in just one word, immediate meaning of that word. When we say volume, it is huge quantity of data. So that means on quantity of data, we need to work. How to reduce the size? How to reduce the dimensions? Okay, if there is no dimensions are reduced or size is reduced, then searching or filtering or mining will be easy. Okay, so volume is a big challenge here, or an important feature here, that is quantity of data. After that, velocity. Velocity here it is considered as a speed of change. Now again, just now I have told you that in 1 microsecond also millions of transactions are happening. That means data is changing. So how to track or capture this change? That means velocity or speed of change is very important. The way data is going to change, our systems need to work in that flow or that speed only. If our systems are slow and data is rapidly changing, and if we are not going to cope up with the speed of the data change, then obviously end user or customer is not happy. Okay, then the third is variety. Variety means what? That is kind of, okay, that is sort of, different kinds. It is variety of data, different forms of data. So one particular data, if suppose you are now putting the keywords like big data fundamentals in Google search engine. So obviously on big data fundamentals, you will get variety of data, different forms of data. Somewhere you will get PPT, somewhere you will get tutorial, somewhere you will get some PDF, somewhere you will get some data on Geeks for Geeks or GitHub, So anywhere, any particular link or location, you will get variety of data on same keyword, right? So different forms of data are available from the same data. Then what is veracity? Veracity is truthness of data, accuracy of data. Whatever data you are searching on internet, whether that data is correct. Okay, wherever floods have come or wherever some kind of natural calamity has come, all the records, all the statistics of that particular thing are correct in their form. For example, whatever COVID news or this pandemic situation news we are reading on internet, whether that news, whether those figures की यहाँ पे आपके इतने कोविड से बीमार हैं, यहाँ पे इतने एडमिट हो गए, यहाँ पे इतना डेथ रेशियो है, ये सब आंकड़े करेक्ट हैं क्या नहीं, दैट इज वेरासिटी. That means accuracy of data, correctness and truthness of data. Okay, so that is also one of the important feature and challenge. Next is validity. What is the validity? What is the scope? What is the extent till that extent that data is going to be there? Okay, so you have to understand, you have to know this particular feature, that what is the validity, or I can say what is the level or scope or extent of the big data available on the internet. अगर मेरा डेटा अपडेट हो रहा है और इंटरनेट पे अपडेट नहीं कर पा रही हूँ मैं, but it is updating in my organization, then it is a bad representation of big data, right? So whenever data is changing, that data needs to be reflected in big data repository on internet. And last is variability. Where variability means what? Distribution of data. Because variety was what? Different kinds of data, but variability is distribution of data. So data is distributed at n number of resources. Okay, so this is also one of the important challenge and feature of big data. So when we are talking about big data and these 6 V's of big data, obviously this working on these 6 V's of big data is very challenging and very difficult task. So when we are working on these 6 V's of big data, what is the procedure or process used? That is data mining. Because what is data mining? It is a procedure, it is a process or technique to extract important and very useful information, which becomes our knowledge from a huge set or libraries of data. So filtering of data, extraction of data, mining of data from huge repositories, from big data, this complete technique or procedure is called as data mining. Because whatever you are going to extract, it should be useful for you. Okay, otherwise you are going to get data from n number of resources. For example, as you all are BE students, when you are going to work for your, or you have started your work for your BE projects, for your BE project topic, you are going to search data from n number of resources. But from those resources, whatever is actually needed or useful for you, that is extracting important and relevant information from huge data. So when that important and relevant information you are getting from huge data, it becomes information, right? And when that information you are learning, you are acquiring, you are studying, okay, you are analyzing, it goes into your brain, and then that information becomes your knowledge, because you remember the things. सिर्फ पढ़ा और छोड़ दिया ऐसा नहीं. You remember the things, that becomes your knowledge. So please understand the difference between data, information and knowledge when you are talking about data mining from big data. Okay, so same thing is explained further, that data mining derives insight by carefully extracting, reviewing, processing huge data to find out pattern and correlations. That means whatever keywords you are putting in the search window, based on those keywords you are going to extract useful and relevant data from big data. Okay, so how you are going to say that it is useful for me or it is applicable for me? Because you are going to find out some patterns, some correlation कि जो मुझे चाहिए था वो मुझे मिल रहा है कि नहीं search engine से, right? So which is very important for any kind of project, business, application, right? The example is given as gold mining. Gold mining. So whenever you are going for gold mining, specific gold ही आपको लगेगा rocks and sands में से. आप पत्थर या कंकर नहीं चुनोगे, आप उसमें से गोल्ड ही निकालोगे क्योंकि आपका वो स्पेसिफिक सर्च है. सेम वे डेटा माइनिंग इज गोइंग टू वर्क फ्रॉम बिग डेटा, दैट इज ह्यूज डेटा. Okay, this is just the introduction of big data and data mining, and here I have given the difference so that picture is very clear. From here we are going to jump on recommendation engine कि ये है बिग डेटा के अंदर डेटा माइनिंग है और डेटा माइनिंग से आगे आता है recommendation engine. So you should know and you should understand the hierarchy. Okay, so this is data mining. It is one of the method in pipeline of big data. That means I can say that it is a subset of big data. You can see the second last point. Data mining is a subset of big data. Whereas what is big data? Big data is a superset of data mining. So first of all, big data need to be existing in nature. Then only data mining will come into picture. अगर big data ही नहीं है तो data कहाँ से mine करेंगे आप, right? So big data needs to be there. It is a superset or it is a parent class in your OOPS language, and data mining, it is a subset, that is a subclass. That means I can say child class. Okay. Data mining is a part of knowledge discovery of data. I hope when you are having this subject in your BE, that is data mining and warehouse, in your first and second units, you might have studied KDD process. Okay, that is knowledge discovery of data or knowledge data discovery, right? So this is KDD process part, that is data mining. So whenever you are discovering any knowledge or any particular data from that repository, that process is called as data mining. That's why they have written it is a part of KDD. It is a closed view of data. Whereas what is big data? It is extracting the vital and important information from huge data. Okay, that means it is tracking and discovering of complex data sets. So whenever you want to work on unstructured data, complex data, okay, it is very, very tedious data. Okay, in that case, big data is useful. Okay, so all the unstructured formats will be there in big data. Okay, everything is not very easy and structured way in big data. Everything is unstructured. So working on unstructured data is a very challenging task. Then the goal of data mining is same as big data, as it is one of the tool. But here the goal of big data is extracting only important information, important, useful, relevant information. Okay, data mining is manual as well as automated, and here big data, it is only automated because computing or computation is done on huge data, which is difficult. So manually करना possible नहीं है. Here automation is applied and that is done using many tools available. Okay. Now data mining focuses on only one form of data, that is structured, whereas big data focuses on semi-structured and unstructured and structured. All formats are available in big data. Whereas data mining will only work on structured. That's why scope is less, extent is less. Okay, you can say in that way, big data is huge in nature. Now, data mining is used to create certain business insights. It is a manager of mind, but here big data is used for business purposes. I have told you e-commerce platforms, B2B, B2C, C2C, where B is business and C is customer. Okay, because what is the end product? Customer satisfaction. Whatever customer is searching on search engine, he or she should be satisfied at the end. End user should be satisfied. Otherwise, they are not going to sit on that particular portal. अगर कल आपको अमेजोन या फ्लिपकार्ट ने आपका मनपसंद आइटम का रिकमेंडेशन नहीं दिया या डिस्प्ले नहीं किया तो आप कल बैठेंगे क्या अमेजोन पे? नो. So in that case, end user should be satisfied. So all the business platforms, business portals are handled with big data. And yes, so data mining is what? It is important information from large data. It can be large as well as small, whereas big data is only voluminous data, large data only. There is no chance of small data in big data. Okay. I hope students are understanding and getting. Students, we need to keep this session interactive. Whatever you want, you can just put your queries in chat window meanwhile. Okay, so please keep this interactive. Yeah. So now coming to this particular concept of recommendation engines. Now why this recommendation engine now come into picture? Now just now we have studied big data. After big data, we have studied why data mining is required. Now after data mining, recommendation engines are coming into picture. क्योंकि data mining is mining or extracting of data, important information, useful and relevant information from big data. But only retrieving the data, only extracting the useful data from big data, that is data mining, it is not only the needed thing. Apart from that, we need to recommend the data to our end user. For example, if a user A searches for horror movies on Netflix, okay, so Netflix comes to know, it captures the pattern and some association rule mining is applied there. Association rule mining, this algorithm you might have known. So association rule mining will be applied there. Correlation matrix will be computed, and based on that matrix, they will understand the pattern, choice pattern of that user. कि user A को horror movies बहुत पसंद है. He always searches for horror movies on Netflix. Okay, so next time after one search or one visit, next time visit, what Netflix will do? Netflix will start recommending all kinds of horror movies in other languages also, not only in whichever language he's searching, English or Hindi, but in other regional languages also. Netflix will start providing recommendations to that user A, because Netflix has captured what? The choice pattern of that user A. That is, user A likes horror movies. So that is the meaning of recommendation. That means prediction. Okay, analyzing and prediction. मैंने एनालाइज किया कि आपको क्या पसंद है, तो मैं आपको वही प्रोवाइड करूंगी, उसके मल्टीपल लिंक्स मैं प्रोवाइड करती रहूंगी, सो दैट आप उन लिंक्स पे विजिट करोगे और हिट्स बढ़ेंगे या विजिट्स बढ़ेंगे. ओके, सो रिकमेंडर सिस्टम और अ रिकमेंडेशन सिस्टम, okay, it is also called as a recommendation engine also, or a platform also. Okay, it is a subclass of information filtering system that seeks to predict the rating or preference a user would given to an item. So just now I explained you, as per the user likings, as per the user choices, as per the user clicks, as per the user ratings on any website, the recommendations are provided to that user. So it is just a form of information filtering system. From huge information, from big data, only specific relevant required data as per user choice. Okay, provision of that data as per user choice is called as recommendation engine. So recommender systems are used in variety of areas. There are multiple, application areas with commonly recognized examples like video and music services. Like you have Ghana, okay, then you have Savan. All these are different music recommendation websites, right? Product recommendations or recommenders for online stores. That means your Amazon, Flipkart, okay, all these different kinds of websites which we are providing or selling different products and items. And content recommenders for social media platforms and open web content. Social media platforms you better know than us, like Facebook, okay, then YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. All these are also working on recommendation engine. क्योंकि जब भी आप लोग नेटफ्लिक्स पे या अमेजोन पे या फ्लिपकार्ट पे बैठते हो और आप जो कुछ भी परचेस करने जाते हो, उसके बाद अगर आप फेसबुक पे लॉगिन करोगे तो आपको वो सारे रिकमेंडेशंस फेसबुक पे भी आएंगे. यू चेक दैट, because all these e-commerce platforms are linked with each other. They come to know that this user has searched for horror movies on Amazon, or you can say Netflix, and that's why he has searched for horror movies on Amazon Prime Video and Netflix. So immediately Facebook पे भी आपको you will get recommendation, or YouTube पे you will get recommendation about horror movies. So these systems can operate using a single input like music or multiple inputs within, and like news, books, and search queries. Okay, and there are different important topics of recommended systems like restaurants, online shopping. Okay, then recommended systems have also been developed to explore research articles, experts. That means if you are going to visit any particular place in your vacation, that time if you are searching for hotels, then you have that OYO in your hand, right? So that is also there for recommending you different good types of hotels or restaurants based on your different purchasing category or spending category or expensing category, and then they will recommend you the exact hotel in that space. So this is the diagram which is explained in a brief, that here whatever inputs are taken from user ratings, user behavior, user queries, whatever searches or keywords user is putting, and restrictions of attributes. Based on all these inputs, what this recommendation system is doing: analysis of ratings, then collaborative filtering, analysis of behavior, direct query. Okay, and when they are doing collaborative filtering, that time they also need one more input, that is database with other user preferences. दूसरे users ने क्या search किया, वो सर्च करना और इस यूजर का सर्च करना एक ही आइटम है, तो मैं ये वाला आइटम इसको रिकमेंड करूंगी. ओके, दैट इज कोलैबोरेशन. Okay, so in that case all these things are combined, and that whatever is the exact, or exact I will say correct prediction, that will be given as recommendation to the user. So this much work is going on in background whenever that user is putting any kind of query, and then this much work is going or executed in background, and then that user will get that recommendation on the web browser. Okay, so all these things are happening within microsecond. So you can just understand the speed and the nature of work and how people are involved. If you are taking only one example, that is Google search engine. So how those people should be, how the work should be, how the algorithms should run very fast, right? So this is the example of recommendation system. Now what is this collaborative filtering? I will explain you when we are studying types of recommendation system. So just understand the keyword. It is collaboration between user and product. Collaboration or association between user and product, or product is also called as item. Okay, Now coming to recommendation engine background, there are different categories of recommendation engine. One category is memory based, another category is model based. So when I'm saying memory based, it is heuristic in nature, that is non-parametric. But when I'm saying model based, it is algorithmic in nature, parametric. That means in model based, we are going to run different algorithms. Fine. So what is the difference here now further? Memory based and model based both are having content filtering and collaborative filtering, but algorithms are going to vary, techniques are going to vary. So memory based में you are going to have TF-IDF, that is term frequency, inverse document frequency, which is coming as an important part in text mining. So the last few slides are going to focus on text mining. That time I will explain you what is this TF-IDF. So TF-IDF is text mining, similarity coefficient clustering. That is content-based filtering. Okay. Collaborative filtering is similarity coefficient, your k nearest neighbor algorithm. Again, clustering algorithms. Clustering can start from k means till it can go for hierarchical or grid-based clustering. Okay. So all these algorithms are coming under what? Memory-based. They are only going to work on memory. Whatever is stored, that will be predicted. Okay, memory. But model based, what is coming under model based in content filtering? It is Bayesian classifiers and neural net. That means your naive based algorithm, okay, and neural network. But in collaborative filtering, it is neural network, Bayesian networks also, SVD also. That means deep neural network, DNN, artificial neural network. All these things are going to come under collaborative filtering. Okay, SVD is singular value decomposition. It is the dimensionality reduction technique. Up above SVD, there is one more dimensional reduction technique, that is PCA, that is principal component analysis. So these two methods, that is dimension reduction, then Bayesian networks, neural networks, artificial neural networks, deep neural networks, all these things are coming under collaborative filtering, but under which model? Under which category? Model based. Okay, so model based are more preferred than memory based, because nowadays much of research and work is going on in deep neural networks, or you can say in neural networks, deep learning, right? So that's why model based is getting more attraction, because they are working on huge data, okay, and they are reducing many limitations and issues of huge data. That's why model based approach is more preferred than memory based. Okay, so here I have written, especially in e-commerce platforms. Why I'm writing e-commerce? That is internet, world wide web, because huge data is available there, and it is dynamic in nature, not static. So there big data comes into picture, and there we need some good recommendation engine so that end user is satisfied. Now, these are the different applications of recommendation engine or systems, like e-government recommender systems. Now, I'm not going to read everything. The examples are G2C and what you can say G2B, that is government to citizen and government to business. All the government websites which are going to explain you their policies, rules for digitization. The Modi government has announced so many websites where they are given so many policies and schemes and rules for citizens, right? So in that case, all these government related websites .gov.in will come under e-government recommender systems. E-business recommender systems, I have told you, e-commerce platforms, that is B2B, B2C, C2B, C2C. So B stands for business and C stands for customer. Okay, all these your shopping websites, all the shopping portals, educational websites, everything, all those where purchase, selling, buying, gaining, profits, everything, glosses, everything is controlled. There you are going to have e-business, e-trade. E-library recommender systems, which is very much famous in foreign countries, that is digital library applications. Okay, so any particular digital library, huge metadata repository you can target, where you can get any particular book, any query you are going to put, based on that query you will get any resource, any book, e-book. Okay, so examples are FAB, part of Stanford University Digital Library Project, Cyclades, that is personalized e-library services, and UDL, that is Universal Digital Libraries. So these are e-library systems. These are also recommender systems. Next is e-learning recommender systems. So when you are saying e-learning, that means online there are some portals available, systems available where you can just learn whatever topic, subject, course you want. Okay, for example, in class lecture or online study group discussion, any particular thing which you want to learn, they have their recorded videos and they have their instructors who are going to explain you. That means audio, video, both are there. Whereas in e-library, you will get e-books, but e-learning, you will get audio, video, both. Okay, so you will understand that topic. The way you put the query in YouTube and you find out YouTube video, Based on going on YouTube, instead of wasting time there, e-learning recommender systems में आपको सारे videos मिलेंगे. YouTube के हो सकते हैं, Coursera के हो सकते हैं, Udemy के हो सकते हैं, NPTEL के हो सकते हैं. All these things will be merged here. Right? E-tourism recommender system, the focus is on tourism. That means if you want to visit any particular place, you should get all the information before going to that place. कहाँ hotels है, कहाँ restaurants है, कहाँ घूमना है, कहाँ से क्या book करना है, कहाँ से क्या shopping करना है, everything you will get on e-tourism. So the famous example is Entry, which recommends restaurants highlighting knowledge-based approaches. Catis is the next example. It is a context-aware RS, that is recommender system, which recommends tourist accommodation, restaurants, attractions, everything. Okay. So e-resource service recommender system is the last application where contents like video, music, documents, which are uploaded by user, everything is visible. For example, if you are searching for any old movie or any old web series or any particular serial, then you will get on such recommender systems where all the web series and movies are loaded. For example, tag, TV program, web page, document, video, and movie recommendation. Examples are Folk Rank, TiVo, MLTR, Pocket Lens, Cinema Screen, many are there. Few I have listed here. All these are very much famous in foreign countries. Okay, that's why we people are unaware about such examples. Now there are different types of recommendation engines. Like first is content-based filtering, which is also called as CB. तो अगर आप लोग कहीं भी CB देखोगे, CB as a recommendation engine, understand CB is content-based filtering. Now focus is on what? Focus is on content that is product, item. So this is a bag which is viewed by user A. This is user A. Okay. But similar to this bag, some another bag is also there. Okay. So as this red color bag, you can say, see this is red color bag, red bag. This bag is already viewed by this user A, and which is same to this green bag. So obviously this green bag will be recommended to user A because user A ने पहले वो bag देखा था, उसके similar ये bag भी है तो उसने ये भी recommend किया. That is content based filtering. That is focus is on item. Whatever item you are purchasing, same type of item will be recommended to you. Okay, so that is content based. Focus is on content item. Demographic based. Demography means what? The location where you are staying, where you are living, that location, that area, that crowd, okay, that sector. Based on that, items will be recommended to you. That means people those who are staying in rural areas, for them the hi-fi phones will not be recommended. Some other things will be recommended. Okay, people those who are staying in urban areas or say in Pune, Bombay, North region, South region, East, West region, according to them, the products will be recommended. Okay, so in that case, what is the example here? This is a person who is searching for something, but similar to this person choices, there are these other persons also, users also. So their location data, their item ratings will be matched with, you can see here, match similarity. It will be matched with the new upcoming user, and based on the new user, their items choices, the recommendation will be given to that user. So similar patterns will be searched here. So based on location where that person is living, based on that recommendation is given. Next is utility-based recommendation engine, that is UB. Example is given as e-learning recommendation engine. E-learning, just now I explained. So how it works? It is a book corpus. From this book corpus, the recommendations will be given to user 1 to user n. What user is doing? User is going to insert any particular keyword. Say I want to search for data mining warehousing book. I will keep that as a keyword here, data mining and warehousing book. Based on that data mining and warehousing keyword, all these sources which are going to give their inputs to this book corpus, like book catalog 1, 2, 3, different sources, will give input to this book corpus. From that book corpus, historical data of user loaning, association rule mining, all these things will be applied, a correlation matrix will be computed, and then that particular book will be recommended to the user. So that's why I'm saying based on the user's utility or usefulness, the book will be recommended. That is called as utility-based RE. Next is knowledge-based RE. In knowledge-based RE, whatever is the user knowledge, based on that recommendations will be given. For example, this is number one. The user is clicking something. This user is clicking on many links on Amazon. Let's say Amazon. Okay. After that, whatever he clicks, that will be captured by the recommendation engine. And based on those clicks, recommendation engine will start working on the background metadata database repository. Okay, so whatever user is clicking, based on that, the items will be fetched from the repository and it will be given to user A, user B, user C. As per their choices, data will be recommended, information will be recommended to that user. That is step 4. Okay, and that will get visible on the user's web browser. So these are the 4 steps in which the knowledge of the user is extracted, and based on the knowledge of the user, wherever he or she is clicking, that will be captured, and based on that, some choice pattern will be computed कि user को ये पसंद है, and accordingly data will be recommended to the user. After that, it is hybrid filtering. Hybrid filtering means what? I will come to this hybrid filtering later. Before that, we will see collaborative recommendation engine. It is a very well-known, preferred, most important recommendation engine out of all. So what is the main keyword here? Collaboration, collaborative. So just now I've told you what is the meaning of collaboration. Collaboration or association between user and product, user and item. So just try to understand the example. Here there are A, B, C to Z. हर एक box में you can see A, B, C to Z there. What are these A, B, C, Z? These are users' name. And 935 or 910, these numbers are the quantity of the item purchased by that user. Okay, that means this is the A is the product name, with that 9 is a count of that product, B is a product name, 3 is the count of that product. So it is user 1, user 2, user 3. This is a complete user database. Each and every user is going to purchase some product of this much quantity. Okay, now some new user, this active user, comes into the picture. So what is this new user? New user is saying A, B, all these products with this much quantity. So based on this input data, correlation matrix will be computed. It is called as correlation analysis. Okay, so what is this correlation matrix? Means which algorithm you are going to apply here? Association rule mining, which is called as association cluster analysis also. So association rule mining will be applied here as an algorithm, and based on that, the whatever new user is coming into the picture or execution, that product and quantity will be mapped with each and every user in the database. So what two similarities are found here based on the new user? Based on the new user, these two red boxes are similar in nature. So those two are written here. You can see here. First red box and last red box are here shown here as users which are mapped or similar to the new user, active user. And what is recommended now? A 9 है, B 3 है, C Z 5 है. तो C बचा है. Active user is not having C. So from these two similar users, C and C8 will be recommended to active users. So you can see extract recommendations. So that is collaboration. That means association between user and product. That will be recommended to the new user coming into the system. Okay, that means suppose I am seeing comedy movies and some other person is seeing horror movies. So okay, next time I am going for some other movies and I am going for horror movies. Then immediately I have seen the comedy movies. That comedy movies will also be given as a recommendation to that another user, because we both are having same choice pattern with respect to comedy movies. Okay, so in that case you can say collaboration is association between user and product, whereas content based filtering is only focusing on content. After this I will come to hybrid. As the word is hybrid, that means combination, hybridization. So there are three types of hybrid filtering approach: monolithic, pipeline, and parallel. Monolithic means where at least two recommendation engine must combine with each other, whereas in pipeline and parallel, more than two can be combined. Okay, but pipeline is one after another. First algorithm, recommendation algorithm will be executed. After that, next will be added. That is pipeline, one after another, sequential manner. But parallel, all the algorithms, all the recommendation algorithms can be clubbed together, can be merged together simultaneously. That is parallel. Okay, so please understand, hybridization of recommendation engine can be done in three ways, three types. Okay, so what is hybridization? Content based filtering and collaborative. Not compulsory, content and collaborative. I can combine collaborative with utility, with knowledge, and number of recommendation algorithms I can combine, I can merge, and then I can prepare a one recommendation system that is hybrid. Okay, so here they are given the example of content based and collaborative. What is content? The researcher is searching what that researcher is searching, that is content. What that researcher is liking, item ratings, that is collaborative. Both outputs are taken and accordingly hybrid recommendation system is going to recommend the papers, research papers. Okay, for example, you people are working on your B project. In one project group, one student is searching for research papers in machine learning. Okay, and one student is searching what you can say latest machine learning papers, latest. That means 2020 onwards. So these two searches will be combined, and then hybrid recommendation algorithm is going to give you the latest research papers in machine learning. Okay, so that is hybrid recommendation engine. So now in hybrid recommendation engine, I have told you post fusion, middle fusion, or former fusion. These are the three different steps where fusion can be done. Hybridization is what? Combination, merging. So at three steps we can do post fusion. That means final recommendation results can be provided by combining the results produced by two or more recommendation algorithms. Okay, that means two or more recommendation algorithms are combined and then final result is given. That is post fusion. Middle fusion, one recommendation algorithm is output is taken and into that output another recommendation algorithm is merged. That is middle fusion. बीच में किया है. And former fusion, it mixes different kinds of recommendation algorithm into one model and then output is given. मतलब उन दो हर एक का सेपरेट आउटपुट लेने से बेटर पहले आप सारे रिकमेंडेशन एल्गोरिथम को मर्ज करो, इंप्लीमेंट करो और एक ही आउटपुट निकालो. दैट इज फॉर्मर फ्यूजन. Okay, so these hybrid recommendation engines are very heavy in working. Manual work बहुत लगता है, automation चाहिए. So because of that automation, deep learning come into picture. ये पहले काम होता था, उसमें automated tools लाने पड़े क्योंकि इतना सारा काम manually करना is very difficult and very time consuming and tedious job. That's why deep learning is coming into market now. Okay, so these are the different hybrid techniques like weighted technique where combination of the score of different recommendation components numerically weightage is taken. Okay, then switching technique is choosing among recommendation components and applying the selected one. Mixed technique where different recommenders are presented and mixed into one form. Feature combination where features are derived from different knowledge sources. Okay, they are combined together all the features and given to the single recommendation algorithm. Feature augmentation, that means you are going to work, you are going to execute or computation will be done on the set of features. Cascading, that means parallel simultaneously one on another. That means recommenders are given strict priority and with the lower priority ones, the higher ones are clubbed. And meta level is one recommendation technique is applied and producing some sort of model which is the input to the next technique. That is meta level. So these are the different you can say techniques of hybridization. आप कोई भी एक टेक्निक यूज करके हाइब्रिड रिकमेंडेशन एल्गोरिथम या सिस्टम बना सकते हो. Okay, but the best example of hybrid recommendation system is Netflix, where you are getting the prediction and recommendation of movies. Okay, why it is hybrid? Because collaborative and content दोनों का combination use किया है. Collaborative कहाँ use किया है? The website makes recommendations by comparing the watching and searching habits of similar users. अगर similar users हैं और वो similar users ने next time जो पढ़ा या next time जो देखा उसमें से एक user ने वो डेफिनेटली दूसरे यूजर को रेकमेंड होगा क्योंकि दोनों यूजर्स के चॉइस पैटर्न सेम है. दैट इज कोलैबोरेटिव. ओके, बट ऑफरिंग मूवीज दैट शेयर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स विद फिल्म्स दैट अ यूजर हैज रेटेड हाईली, दैट इज कंटेंट बेस्ड. मतलब मैं एक यूजर ए हूं एंड देयर इज सम अनदर यूजर बी एंड वी बोथ आर सिमिलर इन नेचर और योर चॉइस पैटर्न. So next time when I'm rating the movie, say any particular movie, Jaws movie, as a 5 rating, then obviously that movie will be recommended to user B because we have similar choice pattern. I have rated that Jaws movie as 5 rating, 5-star rating. So another user will also get that recommendation that you also give 5-star rating to that movie. That is content based. So both combination, that is hybrid recommendation system, is found in Netflix. That's why it is the best example. Now these are comparison of different top rated websites which you already use. If you talk about Amazon, Amazon Prime Video, any particular portal of Amazon, it is item to item CF. What is CF? CF is collaborative filtering. That means collaborative recommendation system. So item to item, that means product to product collaboration is done. That is Amazon is working on that. Because Amazon का main काम क्या है? Selling, purchasing, selling and buying. Right? So that is Amazon or Amazon Prime Video's main job. Next is Facebook, where matrix factorization is used. Collaborative filtering is used, but matrix factorization. What is this matrix? It is matrix where all your rows are users and all your columns are items, and their association their collaboration is computed through that matrix. That is called as matrix factorization. But it is again a collaboration because user भी आया, item भी आया. जबकि Amazon में क्या है, item to item. Flipkart में क्या है, Flipkart is also hybrid like Netflix. फ्लिपकार्ट में कंटेंट भी है और कोलैबोरेटिव भी है, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज हाइब्रिड रिकमेंडेशन इंजन. नेटफ्लिक्स में जैसे हमने पहले वाले स्लाइड में देखा, इन नेटफ्लिक्स इट इज हाइब्रिड इन नेचर बट इट यूजेस मशीन लर्निंग. It uses machine learning. But upcoming and the latest one is YouTube, which uses deep learning, that is deep neural network. That's why YouTube is so much preferred, so much well known, and so much liked by millions of people because YouTube में deep neural network, deep learning use होता है. आप लोग एक बार YouTube पे जो भी कुछ सर्च करोगे उसके रिलेटेड हर कोई छोटा इन्फॉर्मेशन आपको नेक्स्ट विजिट पे मिलेगा, मतलब मिलेगा, और आपके होम पेज पे आ ही जाएगा YouTube के. Whatever you are watching on YouTube, and if it is not watched completely, the remaining half portion will be visible on YouTube home on top. That is the USP or essence of YouTube. That's why it is very much liked by people because it is using what? Deep neural network. आपको ऐसा कहीं नहीं मिलेगा, but YouTube you will get it definitely. That's why it is more liked and preferred. Now, obviously, these hybrid recommendation engines are also having some of the limitations like cold start, data sparsity, accuracy, scalability. What is cold start? Cold start means what? That if one product, there are two types of cold start. One is product, another one is user. Product cold start means what? When that product is new into the market, when that product is new on internet and it does not have any recommendation, then how that product will be known to people? That is product cold start. यूजर कोल्ड स्टार्ट, यूजर इज न्यू इनटू द सिस्टम, यूजर ने कभी कुछ चेक किया ही नहीं है नेट पे, यूजर ने कभी कुछ क्लिक किया ही नहीं, कुछ रेटिंग दिया ही नहीं है, तो यूजर को रिकमेंडेशन कहाँ से आएगा? तो दीज आर द कोल्ड स्टार्ट प्रॉब्लम. सो इन दैट केस हाउ रिकमेंडेशंस विल बी गिवन to that user and how recommendations will be given about that product. So that is one challenging area in recommendation, hybrid recommendation engine, that is cold start. Data sparsity, data is scattered. Okay, data is scattered, it is distributed at n number of resources, data is very unstructured format. So how to tackle that data? That is also one of the challenge. Accuracy, I have told you when we were studying 6 V's of big data. Accuracy, that is veracity. Accuracy, truthness, correctness of that data is mandatory to be checked. आप जो भी कुछ recommend कर रहे हो वो correct होना चाहिए, नहीं तो user आपका system use नहीं करेगा. And scalability is the extent, level, scope, to what extent you can keep on adding data to your system. अगर ज़्यादा data add कर रहे हो आपके system में तो system hang हो सकता है. There can be many issues and challenges, right? So these are the different drawbacks or limitations of hybrid recommendation engine जिस पे काम चल रहा है. Now, these are the further research opportunities that I have told you when we were seeing the outline of this presentation. Ki if you are really interested in doing some research work, further higher studies in recommendation engine, you can work on these areas. When there is changing data, dynamic data on internet, how to tackle that data using recommendation engine. Lack of data, when there is less data, that is cold start. Okay, then cold start problem is there. Gray sheep problem. Lack of data is also called as gray sheep. Gray sheep क्यों बोलते हैं? SHEEP, बिकॉज शिप्स आर व्हाइट इन कलर. अगर उसमें कोई ग्रे कलर का या ब्लैक कलर का शिप आ गया, इसका मतलब वो डेटा कहीं भी रेलेवेंट नहीं है. ओके, इट इज आइसोलेटेड डेटा, इट इज नॉट रेलेवेंट और एप्लीकेबल हियर एनीवेयर. सो उस डेटा का रिकमेंडेशन कैसे देंगे? किसी न किसी को तो वो डेटा लगेगा ना. हाउ टू वर्क ऑन दैट डेटा? दैट इज लैक ऑफ डेटा. स्पार्सिटी प्रॉब्लम इज डेटा स्कैटरिंग, डेटा डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. ओके, वेरिड डेटा. चेंजिंग यूजर प्रेफरेंसेस, नाउ और देन, आज आपको कुछ पसंद है, कल आपको दूसरा कुछ पसंद आएगा. उस केस में कैसे करेंगे? दैट इज वन ऑफ द रिसर्च अपॉर्चुनिटी इन रिकमेंडेशन इंजन. Scalability, if I am adding more and more data to my system, how the recommendation engine will work? Its accuracy should not be hampered, performance should not be hampered, scalability, and over specialization problem. So if I want to work on specialized aspect of recommendation engine, that means if I want to work on specific recommendation engine, that is collaborative recommendation engine, even that can be taken as a research opportunity. Okay. Now, just to close the presentation with text mining and web mining, nowadays much work is going on recommendation engines and text mining, recommendation engines and web mining. So just to give you an insight, what is text mining? In text mining, we are working on term frequency and inverse document frequency because there only text will be mined, only documents ka text will be mined, not image, not web, any other data will be mined. No, only text, written matter will be mined. Okay, so sentimental analysis, news, different comments which you give on LinkedIn, Twitter, social media, Facebook, okay, YouTube, all these keywords mapping or extracting or searching, that is text mining. Okay, so user reviews, user mobile phone, item description, everything is taken as input here in text mining process. And sentimental analysis, that means your positive feedback, negative feedback, everything will be taken, even neutral feedback, and that will be extracted as an information. And based on that, one weight matrix will be, word vector is weight matrix will be computed here, and that will be given to the further output like user rating, user preferences, user context, item data from data set, and it will be given as a recommendation to the user. जो कुछ भी आपने या अलग यूजर्स ने कहीं कहीं कुछ भी कमेंट किया है वेबसाइट पे, फेसबुक पे, अदर सोशल मीडिया पे, उन सब डेटा का इनपुट लेके important relevant data will be taken and mined, and it will be given as a recommendation to the user, other users. ओके, सो दिस इज टेक्स्ट माइनिंग. ओनली टेक्स्ट को मैंने माइन किया, एक्सट्रैक्ट किया, जो भी यूजफुल है, जो रेलेवेंट है. मैंने ना पिक्चर को माइन किया, ना मैंने इमेज को माइन किया, ना मैंने किसी वीडियो को माइन किया, मैंने सिर्फ टेक्स्ट को माइन किया. So in COVID data wherever you are getting, only the important and useful data will be extracted. Okay. Now this is the examples of recommendation engine using text mining. You can see product and data used are product reviews, ratings. आप तो product को reviews देते हो, ratings देते हो on Amazon and all. What is the recommendation approach use here? Collaborative filtering. But कौन से supporting tools हैं? Ontology, OFQ, that is overall feature quality, and text mining techniques कौन से use हुए हैं यहाँ? Rig text, rule based classification technique. Okay, all these are different text mining techniques. So ये last column मैंने जानबूझ के दिया है so that you can do your research work. If you are interested in text mining and recommendation engine, these are the different techniques where you can work. Items अगर है तो items के लिए reviews रहते हैं, ratings होते हैं. Okay, these are the collaborative filtering again, and Euclidean distance is the method used here. Okay, and text mining में क्या है? Word segmentation, stop words. Stop words means what? Is, and, the, of, use, which, all these things which are connectors. All these are stop words. There is no use of using this stop word, ना. So delete this stop word. उसके बाद जो डेटा बचता है वो आपका प्री प्रोसेस डेटा है. Okay. Then similarly you can see tourist attractions, shopping, movies, restaurant. All these are having different text mining and recommendation engine techniques, algorithms. Both you can combine and have a fantastic project for your higher studies, for your research work, or for your BE project also if you have not decided, right? So नेक्स्ट इज वेब माइनिंग. नाउ वेब एज द वर्ड इज वेब, दैट मीन्स यहाँ पे वेब पे कुछ भी होता है. वेब पे फोटो होता है, वेब पे वीडियो होता है, वेब पे ऑडियो होता है, वेब पे टेक्स्ट होता है, तो कुछ भी डेटा वेब पे आप ले सकते हो, दैट इज वेब माइनिंग. नाउ इट इज कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ 3 इंपॉर्टेंट कंपोनेंट्स. वेब यूसेज माइनिंग, दैट मीन्स फाइंडिंग यूजफुल, relevant, required information only, that is usage mining. Content mining, analyzing web content like text, sound, image, video, anything, but extracting required information. Content focus is on content data item. Structure mining, find useful models, tools, topology, structure, overview from different links, hyperlinks, and this is the diagram. What is this data input? Data input is web data. It can be content data, it can be structure data, it can be usage data. जो हमने अभी देखा, वो सब कहाँ जा रहा है आगे? Content data is going to content data pre-processing, structure data pre-processing, usage data pre-processing. Everything will be filtered here. Pre-processing means what? Cleaning of data, filtering of data. That means removal of stop words. क्या थे stop words? A, and, is, the, of. All these are stop words. Many are there. Complete stop word का list net पे available है. So removing stop words will give you clean data. Then this data pre-processing is done. It will go to pattern analysis and then model application. So whichever model you are going to apply, whichever recommendation algorithm like collaborative, content, knowledge, utility, जो भी, from there user session will be the input and recommendation content will be the output, which will be given to the server, and final output will be applicable or useful or visible to the users. ओके, इन दिस वे वेब माइनिंग जो भी आप गूगल सर्च इंजन पर डालोगे वो पेज रैंक एल्गोरिथम वेब क्रॉलर के थ्रू आपको वेब माइनिंग करके आंसर आपके ब्राउजर पे मिलेगा. यस, सो दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड. you are welcome to ask any queries. I hope you all have understood. These are my contact details. If you want to get in touch for any further part or any further work if you want to do in your engineering or after your engineering in this field of machine learning, say, or recommendation engine, text mining, you can contact me on these mail IDs and phone number. Yes, so I'm welcoming all your questions, students. Thank you from my side. Your questions are welcome.
Student, ask the queries or questions.
I hope students have understood the presentation.
Isha Kulkarni, give the feedback.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Krishna. Um, yes, thank you, students. I'm very happy that you all have understood the topic. Only expectation will be that you try to apply this logic. You try to apply this, information into your any mini project, say, or B project, or any particular project which you are doing as your research part. Fine. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead. You can post your question in chat box.
Madam, there is a one question in chat box.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What kind of projects do industry need now? Yes. So, Neeraj, as nowadays this era is working on deep learning and deep neural networks. So, when you're talking about the research projects on at corporate level, they are actually working into main prominent areas where advanced machine learning algorithms, artificial intelligence techniques, and deep neural networks. When they actually want to work on some model approach, right? That time they will work on deep learning, or you can say deep neural network. So these are the three prominent areas. If you will talk about machine learning and data mining, then I will say this. If you go to some other domain like cryptography or blockchain, that is blockchain is very much in demand. Okay, then cyber security, okay, cryptocurrencies, these are the different techniques used there. In image processing, you can go for image classification, image mining. Okay, so these are the dimensionality reduction. These are the different research areas where corporate industries are working. But when you will talk about this data mining and warehousing, you have to go for advanced machine learning, artificial intelligence, and deep learning. Yes, I hope you have got the answer.
Thank you, madam.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
wait for 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank our online session speaker, Anaga madam, for enlightening us with their knowledge. Today's online session was full of knowledge and interacting interesting things. The point where Anaga madam told us about the recommendation systems was really informative and usefulness. Once again, I would like to thank Anaga madam for taking our time from their busy schedule and enlightening us with the knowledge. Thank you so much, madam. I would like also thank to our HOD, Dr. Vaishali Tidke, and Principal Dr. S.R. Devne for giving permission to organize this online session and inviting Anaga madam to conduct it. Also thank you to all the students present here for giving your attention and learning. Thank you once again, madam. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Tarle sir. Thank you, Vaishali ma'am and Deve sir. All the students, thank you for your active participation. I hope you have understood the session, enjoyed the session. For any queries, you are always welcome to contact me. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Welcome once
Yes,
again.
yes. Okay, okay.
Okay. Session is over. Student can leave the meet.